This isn't a real queen bee. We all know that there's only one true queen bee, but she's become a massive bitch in season 5, so she's dead to me. So all hail the new queen bee. We didn't like the other one anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary specimen, the ceremony master has arrived. It's giving my besties, babes, and non-binary faves line, but I never could rhyme gentlemen, but they found a way. Oh my goodness. So hey guys, this is the long-awaited, I don't know, I just mentioned I do this yesterday video, where I talk about Queen Bee-Lzebub's character design and just break that down for the masses, and also to make a very massive correction, because in my last video I ignorantly stated that B was probably like the hellhound of Beelzebub, or like she wasn't the ruler or anything. I was just an idiot. My brain farted so badly. It's practically a nuke. When B was talking to Luna, she was talking about, oh, Belphegor wouldn't let me into her stash. Now, my ADHD brain just auto-filled. When she just said B, my mind just said Beelzebub. So I thought, oh, the ruler of this ring wouldn't let her into the stash, and whatever, I mixed Beelzebub and Belphegor. But also now we know Belphegor is also a female, and also that Satan apparently is very hot. So my expectations are through the roof, because when she said, oh, when I saw Satan without a shirt on, I thought she meant she didn't have a shirt on, not Satan didn't have a shirt on, because of the way Vortex reacted. I swear to you, but my brain just was hopping all over the place. And back to B's character design, because that's what this video is about. My brain also really likes that, because some people say it's busy, some people say it's too much. I personally really like it because, again, ADHD brain. Her design doesn't leave me bored for a second. Now, for people with normie, boring brains who are able to go through the education system unaffected, this might be a little too much. But I cannot begin to describe to you the asinine takes I have seen online, because here's the thing, so many people have been bashing this show very hard when season 2 came out, but now that the lost episode is back, a lot of criticism people have just fell by the wayside. Like all the criticism people had for Seeing Stars, which I personally liked a lot, just fell to the wayside, because now we know why Luna was so introspective and caring towards Bliss. Now we know why Blitz is very wishy-washy with Stolas, because he doesn't want to die alone, so he's willing to work with Stolas even though Stolas hurts him, but he's still putting him at arm's length. And also now the first episode of season 1 makes a lot of sense, because Blitz ended this episode worried, oh, I'm gonna die alone. And it just shows, hey, you had a love interest since you were tiny tots, and he's had a crush on you this whole time, so you're fine. So now that people don't know what to criticize the show about, they've latched on to B's design like it is an incarnate sin. How dare VivziePop create this? And it's so funny to see people floundering for criticism. And then VivziePop goes on her Twitter. It's long. I wanted to cover it, but every time I cover her tweets, I get like a bunch of people harassing me. I fully admit I'm VivziePop's #1 dick rider, but again, there's only so much tweets you can read where it just feels like, okay, it's enough. But VivziePop isn't really having a meltdown or anything. She just likes to talk. She's like me. You can't shut the fuck up to save your life. And she really likes B's design. I feel like B, when Viv has a favorite character, she goes ham with retweeting fan arts about them on her Twitter. She does that for Charlie a lot, and she's been doing it for B a lot. So she really likes B's design. So when people were asking questions, she's like, oh, this is the reason why she's like this. I didn't even know her eyelashes were antenna. Apparently the ends of her ears are antenna as well. So there's a lot of designs to suggest she's an insect. So the criticism now stems from, oh, Beelzebub is gluttony. This is what they're supposed to look like. They're supposed to look like a bee. And then Viv was like, well, if you actually look into it, it's supposed to be like a fly, but even then, not really, because all these demonology interpretations stem from how somebody else visualized it. And Viv's Helliverse is nothing like the real world. It's not disgusting, it's not grotesque, it's not based in realism. It's her interpretation of hell, and she can design the characters however she wants, but she still likes to take themes and not deviate from that too much. Now, I would just like to also bring to mind one thing. People who say it's too much, that there's too much colors, the lava lamp hair, the hands, everything, and it's guys, I want you to come in close. Just come in close, a little close. I'm not gonna hurt you. No. She is the sin of gluttony. Too much is not in her vocabulary. Of course, everything is going to be loud and shouting and all over the place. That is the personification of what she is. She literally cannot be too much, because gluttony is never enough. Of course she's gonna be loud. Of course she's gonna have all the colors. Of course she's gonna be designed out the wazoo, because she is gluttonous. She wants it all the colors, all the vibes, all the design. How would you have felt if we got like this or this? Sorry, Luna catching strays. To be the character design for gluttony. Was this what you wanted? No more than 2 colors? I do not understand. Others are saying, oh, she's not larger than life. She is so itty bitty tiny. Oh my god, how can this be the leader of gluttony itself? Now, I also would like to give a comparison. This form isn't the leader of gluttony, just like how this form isn't the leader of lust. This is their miniature form. This is them when they are compact and they want to move around. But this isn't the leader of lust. This is the leader of lust. Just like how this isn't the leader of gluttony. Where is that? This is the leader of gluttony. She's even bigger than Asmodeus, I'd say. And she has another eye. And when she goes into full beast mode, as Vivian said, you can see how you can see more of the insect or bee design or whatever. So she prefers to be in her tiny form. Oh wow, you can even see her wings just start to flutter even more. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Sorry, I am just, oof. Giant woman, god damn. Guys, fuck, my god, I want her to sit on me. I am not even joking. The third eyeball doesn't deviate from that fact. But even if you still are of the argument of, oh, well, the leader of gluttony, you know, the sin of too much, whatever, she's a skinny hoe. And to that, I do not have an argument. I honestly don't have a comeback for that. You're right. As soon as I think someone pointed that out, I was like, huh, you know what? Fair point. Is a skinny bitch. Wait. We see a little bit of bump here. Look at a bump. That could be hips or stomach or something. But yeah. B is a very conventionally skinny, attractive woman, and that just blows a hole in my argument in that regard. So if somebody has a comeback to that or can agree to that point, you can let me know in the comments. But maybe Belphegor will be more chubby, but we haven't seen a plus size person in hell. Well, Millie's mom, but I don't believe Bee-Lzebub is fat phobic or anything. She's also like a plumpy woman, a cute cuddly woman. But again, I don't have a comeback to that one. Bee's whole thing of gluttony is too much indulgence, and it's the 21st century. Being fat is not a sin anymore, you guys. You can survive being fat. Back in the day, you couldn't. Maybe that's why gluttony was a sin. But if you look at the lyrics of Monsters Ball, I know I'm jumping all over the place. I'm so sorry. Monsters Ball, the song at the end of the episode, there was a line where come dig a little deeper down and take it for a day with me. Baby, we're up. Let's not start singing. Baby, baby, we're up all night till we get enough. This is the appetite of Beelzebub. This is what Beelzebub feeds upon. In the episode, she was talking about, oh, I'm high on all this tasty energy. What feeds her is people's emotions, and she likes it when they're high and they're having a good time. And that's why she's like the perfect host. When she's talking to people, she's like, oh my god, are you good? Are you fine? Are you drunk? You know, making sure everyone at the party is good, because that's what she feeds upon. That is her lifestyle. That is what she gets drunk on. That's why she's throwing parties. She's a party girl. She's a wild girl, and too much is never enough, because this party has people doing way too much, but she's not even trying to stop it. Hell, when one person is trying to destroy the vibe, she just wants to throw him out because she doesn't want him to ruin what she is enjoying, which Blitzo is. He's kind of mellowing out the vibe. Now she could still feast on that energy, but she doesn't want to. She wants to feed on good, high, tasty energy. That could explain why she's not like physically plump, but she's just out. She's just an ADD, ADHD mess, and we love her just all over the place. So that's B. I've explained that thus far. I don't know if I've made any sense at this point, because my own ADHD doesn't allow me to focus on one thing. But going back to the colors, people say, oh, the colors clash, the this, the that, the that. I went into Photoshop because some of y'all bitches are really annoying. I like to use this. I like to use the Q cube, but let's go to the color wheel because that's more understandable for people. Now, color theory. Let's put y'all bitches where your mouth is, or however you say it. There are 4 or 3 or 2, I forget, main aspects of color theory. Now, we got anywhere between 4 to 6 to 8 types of color theory. We have complementary, triadic, monochromatic, analogous, analogous, tetradic, and split complementary. Now, basically, the one I know is complementary and like split complementary. Basically, it's things that are on opposite sides of the color wheels, things that are at like a Y angle, 1, 2, 3, and then you have the monochromatic, which is things that are in this hue. Now, here's our color picker. You can see one is here, one is here, and this is here. So this are the 3 main colors. B is triad, the one that goes in the 3 formation basically. Then we have this one, and they mostly stuck to this side, so that is monochromatic, I believe. I think like there'll be some artists in the comments that'll be screaming, yeah, this is monochromatic. She basically stuck to this side of the wheel. And this one, this is gonna be so monochromatic. Yep, they were still literally in the same red hue, still in the same red hue. Oh my god. And that's just the scene, because B has she transforms between her with blue hair, blue, pink, and yellow, to her with white, yellow, and this turns to black for some reason. She can transform. She also has like the blue color scheme. Jumping all over the place just to prove a point. She also has like a blue color when she was singing her song and she was standing in front of that mural. Yeah, this. She has this, and I'm pretty sure if I do color picking for this will also be a monochromatic color scheme. So each shit, the colors are coloring, it stays within the wheel. So now that we know her design is not too much, can't be too much, she's literally the sin of gluttony, her colors work well together. I just proved that to you in Photoshop. And what was the third point that people like to complain about? I forgot, but I proved you wrong. Oh yeah, she's skinny. She's not like gluttonous in the physical sense, she's gluttonous in the emotional, emotional, not body weight sense. So there, I've proved it. I've fixed the lore. Queen Bee is perfect as she is, and anybody who has complaints is a filthy casual. But all jokes aside, you have your right to not like it. I can understand looking at this and going, ah, my eyes hurt, because it should. this should look like an eyesore, but it doesn't. It works, and I guess it works for a lot of people, but it shouldn't for others. Some people might look at text and think he's boring as all hell. He is the definition of monochromatic, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But other people will like this. It is subjective, and again, and it's Vivzepop's show. She can literally do whatever the fuck she wants. She doesn't have to abide by any rules. The fact that she's even sticking to demonology but still putting her own spin on it, she's doing too much if you ask me. She can, it's her universe, but people are complaining that, well, if she wants to do whatever she wants, then she shouldn't associate it with hell. And I'm like, how? She should have a world that has evil people and characters that apply to sin but are not really sin. Why are we gatekeeping hell? What timeline am I living in? What year is it? People are literally gatekeeping the concept of hell. But thankfully this is all contained within the Twitter sphere, where people just have to hate and be vitriolic and mean. If you're looking for good, fun, wholesome vibes, I cannot recommend going to Tumblr enough. I know, it's weird. Tumblr, of all places. Yes, I'm surprised as well. All the evil people just dumped Tumblr when they couldn't post porn and went to Twitter, and now Tumblr is just full of supporting artists, people just vibing. You don't get the wave of hate, and when people disagree, they disagree in the most civil of ways. Hell, some people don't even like this little black thing that I just realized is a crown. What, the queen shouldn't wear a crown anymore? Fuck you. B is too much. I will not argue that, but she's supposed to be too much. She is gluttony. I just have to finish with that. And also, apparently she's not a wolf, she's a fox. She's the leader of the ring of gluttony that produces all these hounds, and we see that there's so many hounds they have to be put in a impound lot because they're just reproducing too much. So having a bee rule wolves is not the vibe, but Vivzepop still said, you know what, I can have both. The wolves can come from gluttony, the queen can be wolf adjacent, a fox, and I can still make her a bee. She can do that, you guys. She can just do that. That's the beauty of having your own show, and it's indie. You don't have to answer to a company. Vivienne has to answer to nobody but herself, and God bless. Amen. And finally, before we close things out, Viv also pointed out that the whole rings of hell are like a circus, and Lucifer is the ringleader. So some people apparently figured that out. I had no clue. So B is like the animal trainer of the circus, because her whole place is fitted out with like hoops and rings, and you can even see that she jumps through them and everything, and that's so cool. Meta within meta. She's so pretty. How can you look at this and say it's ugly? Too much. Yes, I will agree, too much, but fuck, is it a vibe? It's fun. Why are people allergic to fun? Oh my god. I guess I'm gonna end the video here. I wanted this to be short and sweet, but I just ended up ranting and rambling for a lot longer than I intended. Join me in my next video where we debate if this character is trans or intersex. It's a thing. Somebody in my chat who worked on the show is saying one thing, people in my comments are saying another. It's gonna be a vibe. And also after that, we're gonna talk about a mystery character that I discovered in the show. So more Helluva Boss content coming soon. So subscribe, like, share, do all the things if YouTube will even let you at this point. I have super thanks turned on in the comments, so you can throw me $1 or anything if you like this video, or if you just want to highlight your comment, you know, separate yourself from the peasantries and let everyone know your opinion is the most important opinion, because that is true. Your opinion is the only one that matters. If not that, you can become a member, get a cool little tick beside your name to really show you're above the peasantry, or become a member on Patreon. If you can't do any of that, liking the video is more than enough. So like, share if you care. I appreciate you either way. But yeah, that's gonna be all from me, folks. Thanks, yo viruses, so much for clicking to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, but with that being said, trying to find a perfect... Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to find a perfect thing to end on. But with that being said, this is TVC. Mwah. Signing out.